Curious what's a fact that just blows your mind? November 2nd, 2000 was the last time all humans were on the planet together. Since then at least one person has remained on the International Space Station. Off the 86th floor of the Empire State Building, but the wind pushed her back, and she fell on a ledge on the 85th floor. She survived. S government has an official for a zombie apocalypse. Plan 8888, also known as counter-zombie dominance, was written in 2011. And just in case you think it's weird bureaucratic humor, the first line reads, "This plan was not actually designed as a joke. Well, based on our response to this pandemic, I don't have much faith in this plan." It took us about 70,000 years to go from stone tools to settlements. It took us even more than that to learn how to fly. After we learned that, we were on the moon in less than a century. The rate in which we develop technology is quite scary, tbh. It's only a matter of time before we bite off more than we can chew, if we haven't already. Several thousand years ago, the Sahara was actually grassland with massive lakes that rivaled the Great Lakes of North America. Also, at one point the Strait of Gibraltar was closed. This meant that the Mediterranean Sea almost completely evaporated. If time travel were possible, you would need a time and space machine to survive the trip. Otherwise, when you traveled back in time, the planet would be at a different point in its rotation around the sun, and our solar system would be at a different point in space as it rotates, which means you'd travel back in time and be in an empty part of space. Not only that, our solar system moves throughout the galaxy as well. A human could swim through a blue whale's veins. Edit, only some of them. Mitochondria is only passed down by mother, so there's a concept of mitochondrial Eve. All humans today have their mitochondrial DNA derived from her. Today I learned that my mom was the real powerhouse of the cell all along. The smartphone that you hold in your hand has more technological strength than the Apollo 11 lunar ship. Americans eat 1.5 billion pounds of potato chips each year. Just Americans, not world. Cleopatra was born closer in time to the launch of the first iPhone than to the construction of the pyramids. When you dream, one part of your brain is making up the story, and another part is experiencing those events, and is genuinely surprised by all the twists in the plot. Right side, hey guess what? Left side, what the foo? There's a couple of caves in the US, filled with government cheese. During the Depression no one was buying cheese, so the government started buying it to keep the dairy market up. Afterwards they had no idea what to do with it. That's also part of the reason we have so much cheese in our diets. Horses have to be taught new skills / worked with from both their left and right side, because their brains cannot connect the two. For example, you want to gentle a wild horse. If you only worked with the left side of the horse, that side would get tamed. But if you left the right side alone, it would remain wild. So you'd literally have a half wild horse. Tapeworms can recall their lost memory, and if they eat another worm they can also recall their memory. A day on Jupiter is less than 10 hours. Think of how big it is, and then realize just how fast it's spinning. That your body repairs 25.000 gene damages every day per cell. Imagine how often you didn't get cancer because of your protein repair crew. Yours and my existence is a result of 200,000 years of uninterrupted human reproductive cycles. That's like 10,000 consecutive generations. That blows my mind when you consider how many factors can interrupt reproduction. Mammoths still existed when the pyramids were built. I don't know if it is that weird actually, but it feels strange.